That's both a personal and a completely impersonal question. And of course, I don't know who's asking it, and that's better. But, you know, I had a profound experience that I've shared, so you've all heard it. But it's been a few months, so I'll tell you. I don't think it was a dream. I actually don't. I think in a certain way, Master came to me, not in a vision or in person. But I was saying, I've worked really pretty hard in this life to make spiritual progress. I mean, it sounds harder than it's been. Of course, it's been a joy, but I've focused on it. I'm still focusing on it. I know exactly who I am. I see myself clearly. I see mistakes I've made. I see mistakes I'm still making. I see what's come through me into the world. I mean, just saying it's been a big life, this incarnation. And I was, somehow Master was there, and I was saying to him, please help me. I don't know if I've ever been here before, meaning as much spiritual progress as I've made. Not that I can't see what's left, but here. And I don't want to have to be reborn and start at the beginning. I'd like to be here and make all the progress I can and then come back and move on. And Master said to me, without judgment, I felt with all the love in the world, he said to me, oh, you've been here before. And it was like, oh no. You know, it was really said to me, don't waste a moment. Make as much spiritual progress as you can in this life. And wherever anybody is, age-wise, spiritually, we're here because we still have room to grow. And let's not let ourselves off any hooks. Even when, so we do that, we start justifying things. And, you know, even as of yesterday, I was doing that. But the minute I see it, I say to myself, don't do it, don't. You don't have time to waste doing that. So that's part of an answer to your question, and that is, maybe some of us will attain, have an experience of samadhi, and then go on to attain full self-realization in this life. Swamiji said it's possible. He said, we could all attain, we could all become Jivan Muktas. That's a lot of growth. That is really great. That's right there. He said it's possible. So the first part of that is, let's go for it. Let's not get confused about what we're doing here. Not even negative things, but even those of us who are serving all the time, our life through some blessing. I felt that way as a physician, though. It doesn't need to be in the temple. But what if we start thinking, and I wrote this in a letter to our staff yesterday, which I didn't hit send yet, so Lakshmi and Sai Ganesh get a preview of coming attractions. But I was saying to them, let's all help each other remember that we're not just doing what we're doing to complete jobs here, there, here, there. We're a staff. Let's bring our energy together in very positive ways, because that sends a big vibration out to the whole congregation. The letters said more, but the point is, it's very easy to see each next thing that we're doing because it's good. What we're doing is good, but as just something we need to accomplish. But that's not what it is. It's an opportunity to grow spiritually while we're doing that and to help others grow. So part of the answer is do everything you can do to make as much spiritual progress as you can make in this life, chances are most of us are going to be back. But we don't lose ground. Master wasn't saying to me, oh, you've been here before because you didn't learn anything. This is a pretty blessed incarnation. But he was saying it to me to wake me up, to say, keep moving. You're in a position to learn so much right now, but we all are. We all are. The other thing about the fear of pain and of actually leaving, that's much more difficult to talk about because it's the primary fear in everybody's life. Fear of being rejected is huge, of course, but our fear of death is enormous. And I don't really know exactly what to say, but I'll share what I do. And that is, I spend a good amount of time talking to myself, reminding myself that all of the masters tell us nothing changes when we die. Nothing. They're not lying to us. They're not trying to trick us. They're not trying to lessen the load. They don't do that. They don't intervene in that way. They're simply here to share the truth. And this is one of the truths. Nothing happens. It's a transition. The spirit just keeps going. And so even though we are so attached to these bodies and we don't want them to hurt, and we could go on and on, I've watched many people go through what should be very painful, physically painful experiences, and they're not, because they don't bring their awareness to the level of the body. They're at the level of spirit, and they are in the transition. And I remind myself of that. I've watched many people die. I watched Leela go, the woman who was Swamiji's cook for many, many, many years. I watched Maria Warner go, who was a devotee for the longest time, who left her husband with the message, don't get all emotional here. She said it beautifully in 3 lines. Only the last one comes to mind right now. Live the teachings. Beautiful. That's how she died. We watched Swamiji go, but we've watched people like us go, and I always say, remember this. This is how you want to leave. Peacefully, easily, knowing nothing changes. We're on a journey. We're just headed back to God realization. And nothing about this body itself is helping us. It's a vehicle. It's like hitchhiking cross country. You might get into 10 vehicles. Doesn't matter when you leave them. You're still headed from New York to San Francisco. And you'll get there. You will get there, but it might take many rides. And I just tell myself that's what's happening. And I tell myself all the time, don't be afraid, Shanti. Don't be afraid. Nothing happens except you're that much closer to God. And I have no other advice for that fear because it's planted in us. But we can begin to practice letting it go. And, I think it helps. I could share a lot of moments of my life with you when I thought maybe I was dying. And I just went right into that mindset because I've been practicing it. And I could just feel the fear go, okay, is this the moment? Okay. I don't know what it's actually going to be like for me, but I know that in this moment, at this age, where I could go any moment, I mean, we could all go any moment, but a little more likely for me, I don't sit with fear. I've just kept letting go, kept growing spiritually. Just do the best we can. And don't get mad at ourselves for the mistakes that we make. That's another big black hole of energy. Blame ourselves now.